Top of the morning to you laddies, my name is Jacksepticeye and welcome to a game called Robin. I don't know if it's just Robin the bird or Robin a person, but the executable for the game is called Robin Summers, so I'm assuming it's a person. This is a game that deals with chronic fatigue syndrome, or CFS, as a lot of people know it as, which is an illness. I don't know how to classify it. I don't know too much about it. I just know that it's something where you're constantly fatigued and tired to a point where it starts affecting your life. There's a lot more to it. That's a very basic understanding of it, a very basic explanation of it, but it's something that affects a lot of people, and some people more than others, and some to a degree where they can't even do anything because they're just tired all the time. And I don't suffer with it personally, but I thought that this would be an interesting game to go through to see if we can actually understand more about it and maybe showcase it a little bit. And I don't know, it just looks cool and I really like the art style, so let's start. Hello, Doc. So, all of your blood tests have come back. You really couldn't find anything? But why do I feel so tired all the time? At least we have eliminated what it could be. I suppose. Aww. Maybe it's all in my head. Maybe I'm just lazy. And that's the thing as well, is because, okay, feeling defeated, Robin decides to spend the long weekend at home to try to recover some energy. This is her weekend. Okay, so Robin is a person. But that's the thing, a lot of people who go through this think that, oh, I'm just lazy. Oh, everybody else has energy and I don't have energy. And it's also a case of everyone who looks at people with chronic fatigue syndrome also thinks that they're lazy. It's like, well, yeah, you're tired, but come on, we all get tired. Just liven up and get at it. And it's not that easy for everybody. Ooh, yeah, this is what I saw screenshots of. This is really cute and cozy. Make something to eat. It's too early to sleep. Read a book. Take a shower, water plants. Okay, what should we do? Feed Robin? So I'm a person named Robin with a bird named Robin that is also a Robin. Or am I just saying feed Robin, like feed bird? I don't know. It's too early to sleep, so we won't read a book yet. We'll do some work and then we'll eat. Oh, I'm browsing the internet. Okay, never mind. So we actually have like a fatigue meter. Okay, let's do some work. So, my fatigue goes down like that because she's super tired all the time. Make something to eat? Yes. Need something before you go to sleep. What are we making? Those look like... Are you making skate meatballs? Oh, I want skate meatballs. Water plants. I wanted to water plants and read a book and then sleep. God, even watering the plants makes them super tired. That made me want to pee. I'm too tired for that, so all I can do is go to bed now. Robin chirps in disdain at you. You didn't tend to her. She sounds upset. The foul smell of unwashed dishes kept you awake. You'll have to do them soon. You feel filthy. You were too tired to shower and it feels gross. Your dirty clothes are piling up. Good thing no one's visiting. You glance upon your backlog of books. Someday you'll get around to reading them. You woke up feeling even more exhausted than usual. Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Like, you only have so much energy to go through the day that you have to pick and choose what you want to do. And that's when it starts coming in and it starts affecting your way of life. Okay, so she auto-washed dishes. The clothes is one thing, because it's like, okay, the clothes coming out, it's like, well, at least no one's visiting. That's not something that's going to be detrimental, but I probably should feed the bird and shower, because they feel like bigger things. Why did I work? It's my weekend. Oh no, I didn't. I browsed the internet. Did I post some sick memes and dank gifs? Oh, that's making me feel like I want to shower now. Oh. And this is interesting to me as well, because I'm someone who doesn't get tired, like, very easily. It's very rare that I'm that tired. So, to me, it's like, well, I'm not that tired, so other people can't be that tired. Which, again, is silly to think. And that's why sometimes people are like, Jack, come on, just calm down. Because sometimes they're exhausted and I'm like, come on, I want to go! Shaking my arms up and down. Water plants, too early to sleep. Okay. I should probably eat something and then sleep again. But pick up, because I don't think there's like a proper way of doing this. A proper way of doing this game where you like get everything and everything's perfect. Let's go to bed. Your stomach rumbling, yeah. Your stomach rumbling kept you awake. Although exhausted, you had to make a sandwich in the night. You looked over at your unwatered plants. You shouldn't forget to tend to them this weekend. You sighed. It's been a while since you did some fun navigating on social media. You glance upon your backlog of books. Someday you'll get around to reading them. You felt very guilty. You didn't do any work on your novel. It was a tiring day still. Well, no work on your novel and not going around on social media. These are things that I think can be pushed aside a small bit. It's nice to have fun and it's nice to work on your novel and everything, but I think eating, feeding yourself, that kind of stuff is a bit more important. Oh no, I have even less energy now and I look exhausted. Okay, let's make something to eat. It's only supposed to be a weekend, right? I'm gonna have to wash the dishes then right after. Maybe pick up my clothes? But is it just gonna tell me the same things again then? Like, you feel bad because you didn't shower. You smell. You didn't feed your bird. That kind of stuff. You looked over at your own water plants. They're barely hanging on. It's been a day! Robin chirps in disdain at you. You sighed. It's been a while since you navigated social media. You feel filthy. Should have showered. I'll get around to reading my books eventually. And now the weekend's over. Robin is still feeling down. She spent the whole week on chores and boring things, and she still feels tired after everything. However, she is well prepared for the coming week of work. Aww, and that's it. I mean, I know it's short, a short little adventure, but that was nice. I don't know, there was something cozy about the little house that they were in. That it made me feel all snuggly and everything. It reminds me of some like Japanese movies I watched because the apartment kind of reminded me of something like that. But again, this is something that like I don't go through myself and I don't know anybody who has chronic fatigue syndrome. And I'm curious to see how many of you out there have chronic fatigue syndrome and how accurate something like this would be. I mean, I've played games like this before where you go through anxiety and you go through depression and you go through creative bumps in the road in certain games. And very few of them actually actively and accurately represent what it's really like, because you can't impart fatigue through a game, and it's all like visually based and stuff like that. So it's hard to really know what it's like. And it must be super hard to just again be that tired all the time. And it's a case of people are like, well, yeah, exercising helps. And it does. With a lot of things, exercise helps with depression, and I assume exercise is one of the things people recommend for chronic fatigue syndrome and everything to try and get your body moving. Exercise is usually the solution for a lot of things, physical and mental. And there's all these solutions and all these pieces of advice and everything for these illnesses and disorders. But again, if you're in them, you don't really want to do that. And even when you do them, sometimes it doesn't really work. Sometimes it doesn't help. So also bear in mind the people who tell you these things if you are going through any sort of troubles, that they're there to help and they're trying to help. It's the people who are like, when you're depressed, who are just like, well, just be happier. Those are the people it's kind of like, okay, maybe don't listen to them. Or the people who, when you have chronic fatigue syndrome, if they're just like, well, just wake up earlier and go to bed earlier, kind of thing. Like, so sometimes people try to help, and then sometimes people are ignorant and they don't really know what they're talking about. But at the same time, if somebody tells you that they have chronic fatigue syndrome, don't just brush them aside and be like, well, just sleep better. That kind of stuff. Because these are all these different types of things. It's when we start shutting people out like that and we start pushing them aside and being like, well, I don't feel that, and you're just fatigued. That's silly. That's not a real disorder. it's stuff like that we should be more open-minded about it. And that's stuff that I've kind of struggled with over the years. Not any of the disorders or the illnesses, but that kind of mentality around them. I remember when I was younger, and not that all that long ago, like before YouTube, in my late teens or my early 20s, I would have been kind of like, if somebody said they were depressed, I would have been like, well, just be happier. I mean, like, I'm happy. Sure, I get sad every now and then, but just, like, you'll get through it and just do stuff that makes you happy. And as I got older, and the more, YouTube helped a lot. Because I met a lot of you guys who have gone through these things, and I got to learn a lot more about them, and I got to read up on a lot more about them, and I got to read people's actual personal stories and meet them face to face and listen to their stories and listen to what they go through. From all sorts of things, whether it be mental or actual physical disabilities as well. And it kind of opened up my mind and broadened my mind to a lot of this stuff. So I'm still learning and I'm still growing and I'm still trying to understand all of this stuff. And I hope playing games like this kind of opens up that door for people to be able to talk about these things. And for me as well, because I didn't know what this game was going to be about, and it didn't go into too much depth or detail about anything, but it's a nice little experience to try and, like, get, like, a gateway into that, to open up that door and to try and see, like, hey, there are people who suffer with this, and it is a real thing. So, I'm appreciative of that, and I'm appreciative of doing YouTube and being able to open up that doorway for a lot of you as well, and to open up that discussion. And if I've ever changed any of your minds about any topics like this, then that's amazing. So I'm still trying to grow and learn and evolve as a person myself and become better and learn how to cope with these types of things and to try and help other people who are dealing with them. And YouTube's been a great help with that, and I hope that if you're going through any of these sort of diseases or illnesses or disorders or disabilities or anything like that, not just what's in this game, if you can just switch off your brain for 5 minutes and listen to me talk, then that's amazing in and of itself. But I'm rambling. I could talk all day about this stuff, and there's a different time and a different place to be talking about it than something that should have been shorter. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, punch that like button in the face like a boss! And high fives all around. Whoosh, whoosh. Thank you guys, now we'll see all you dudes! Thanks! Come here, I grind your fucking face into sashimi! And we're fucking fine, back at it again, once again, fuck you! Get on my way! Get on my way! Played a game as Robin, who had a Robin, named Robin, being edited by a guy named Robin! Oh!